The views and opinions expressed by guests on this platform do not reflect the views and opinions of JAH-ACE TV. JAH-ACE TV isn't here to glorify violence, get anyone in trouble, or start anything negative. It's all entertainment and enlightenment content. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.
Salute, and love. You already know who it is. It's JAH-ACE from JAH-ACE TV. Yeah, today we're going to get into the whole King Tut and Dexter Isaccs situation. There's a lot going on, man. I directly spoke to Tut, and, he kept it 1,000 with me, man. He's like, yo, the dude, Dexter, just doing whatever he feel like he need to do to slander my name. Now, everybody who's been in the streets or know street dudes know Tut, right? Or either heard of Tut. And the man admits to a lot of things that he's done in the past that he's not happy about. And he's also saying that, listen, he knows that he was a foul dude back in the days. He know he did a lot of crimes. And he never shied away from none of his crimes. None of the things that he did, he said that he didn't do but when it comes down to the Tupac situation, he adamantly said he had nothing to do with it. So here it is. Dexter Isaccs is going around saying, yo, Tut was trying to go around saying that he did the Tupac situation basically for clout. And trying to big himself up or whatever the case may be, and trying to get a name off for the Tupac situation. But for those that really know and do the math and do the science, Tut already had a name. And if it really makes any sense to the people that's watching this, why would Tut want to attach his name to that and get, tried and convicted for that? That don't even make no sense. If you ain't get caught for a crime, why would you go around saying that you did the crime? Why? To get charged for the crime? That don't even make no sense, man. You see what I'm saying? So people haven't been really looking at it. But now that Tut has spoken and he let it be known, I ain't never had nothing to do with that. I never claimed that I had nothing to do with that. And I would never do nothing like that to Tupac. Let's get into this, man. We're going to hear it directly from Tut's mouth. And we're going to get into the Dexter Isaccs situation. The reality is, the overall picture is that Dexter Isaccs is hating right now. He's mad that Tut is home. He want to be home. He got life in prison. He want to be home. So now he see Tut and his wife all over the internet and they doing their thing and he's shining. He see Tut got a nice wife. They doing their thing. He's upset behind that. He want to be home with a woman. But at the same time, if people do the knowledge on Dexter Isaccs, he did bad. Because he's the one who gave intricate details from day one on what actually took place in the Tupac situation. None of us knew exactly what happened in details, like the jewelry that was stolen and all this other, who set it up. Dexter Isaccs is the one that let us know. He put it on blast. We're going to get into this situation right here. Y'all, please comment, like, share, subscribe. This is JAH-ACE TV. And if you know JAH-ACE, there's no capping over here, man.
Brooklyn. Sticking on grade. JAH-ACE. We need a look. The boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a me back. We ever depend the paper chase, but no in a haste. Warriors with no fit face. I know everywhere me I go show me face. But please, don't make me have to show me brave. Money me a pray, so me a behave. So no make me have to beat it like one of the slave. Right now me feeling high, man. Thou shall not fuck with I, man. Boy, don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen, wanna hear that? With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a Maybach. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen, wanna hear that? With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a Maybach. Me had the realist when them hear about. Brain fly like airport. Bertha bring storm, get a raincoat. Bullets a fly like birds when they stay cold. Bertha breeze cock, no deep throat. I just me, I feel reload. Clip long like the road. Shoot you a Spain beer and land out a seafood.
Your alleged involvement in the 1994 quad that took place involving the legendary great Tupac Shakur.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, have you ever spoken publicly about this incident before this?
I haven't spoken publicly, but I have spoken to people. And I did do a number of articles, one with Source Magazine and others. As a fact, when I did it with Source, it was with Kim Ozario.
Okay, so in the article or in the interview you did with Ms. Ozario, what was your position on this matter?
My position on this matter was that I did not commit the 1994 Quad Studio shooting.
Okay.
I stand on that.
All right. Why do you think people insist that you were the alleged shooter?
Well, I have a history of being a robber. I'm known for wearing fatigues, and unfortunately, I'm also a little short.
Okay. So, what was it? Any sort of relationship that you may have had with Tupac that would suggest or make him think that you were the guy? Because he put your name in the song and basically pinned you as.
The only thing I could think about is that someone saying that it was me, because I've never met Tupac Shakur in my life. I've never even been around him. So Tupac and myself, we've never been in the same location at the same time, ever. So the only thing I could think of is that it's my history, as well as someone saying it had to be this person because of something that I was wearing, or someone intentionally set me up.
Okay. When they portrayed you in the movie about his life, and I don't want to quote the name of the movie, but I know one of the movies you were portrayed by a Brooklyn actor. And when you saw that, you was incarcerated at the time, correct?
Yes, I was.
How did you feel about you being portrayed? I know a lot of people contacted you and was like, yo, Mano, because that's the actor's name and the rapper, portrayed you as the shooter in this incident. How did you feel about that, knowing you were innocent?
I felt terrible, to be honest. The reason why is because it wasn't only my innocence, but it was the fact of who Tupac Shakur was.
Okay, and who was he to you?
To me, Tupac Shakur, he is and was the fruit of the Black Panther tree. He come from a family of people and a group of people who did everything in their power to save our people. They went out their way to try to make things more easier for all black people in America. And these were college students on the front line fighting for our rights and fighting for justice for us. So it hurted me because even a guy like myself who's in the game would know that to touch somebody like Tupac Shakur is a no-no. You don't violate that.
Tell you something. I met Tuck in Leavenworth in around 2000, and we lived in the same unit in B Upper. Okay, And I came up with a plan. So I exposed his ass because he was running around claiming he did rob Tupac, he did all this other shit. So, cool, because when you're a real jack boy, you try to fly under the radar. You're not going to tell that, people that you're doing this, you're doing that. You want to, as Puffy once says, no, real bad boys move in silence, and that's me, trying to be on the low. But just wrecking out one day on the yard with me and some of the homies on the beaches, I decided to question him. You was claiming you robbed Tupac. What did you take? Describe the jury to me. And he got stuck. He couldn't answer these questions. If you did this, what type of gun did Tupac have on him? Where was the jury at? What did you do? And he couldn't answer. So then we went into his present crime that he was in prison for. Because Shamik used to tell him all the shit we was doing. So he ended up going to a barbecue that Haitian Jack and fucking Scooter had in Queens. And while at that barbecue, he was running his mouth claiming he robbed TT, a kid named TT.
JAH-ACE TV is sponsored by Race and Results, Inc., where domestic and foreign cars are treated as luxurious as they look. You can come to Race and Results, Inc. and also get rentals.
Was a government informant for the DA anyway. So when the dude called TT and told him that Tut here saying you robbed it, stuck him up, TT called and told on his ass and had his girl go to court and testified on him. So Tut asked, when he see me, and he tried to come up with a plan. Hey, yo, Dex, you take the weight for this shit, right? Say you did it. He gonna call the court, and say I did it, and he'll get out, and he gonna sue and get all these millions of dollars and give me half. I told the nigga, fuck out of here with that bullshit. My boys that did the crime with me, I didn't even fuck with you in the street. I didn't talk to you. My little man Shamel that lived around your way used to tell you shit. I told him I'm gonna call Shamel and I'm gonna call LA and see what they say. Them niggas in the street, they're like, man, fuck Tut. We not going to no courthouse and saying we did any robberies or home invasion. The statute of limitation is up and risk going to jail. Who gonna do that? Man, fuck that nigga. So once I told him that these niggas ain't want no part of that bullshit, he goes and contact the Kansas City Law School. So one day I'm at work, they call me for a visit. I go down to the visitor room, there's a little short white lady there. And she asked, so I asked the couple, who's my visit? I'm looking for my wife and kids. They said that white woman over there. I go over there and ask them, what you want me for? She asked me if I know Walter Johnson. I said, who, Walter Johnson? Who the fuck is that? King Tut. I said, oh yeah, what do you want? He done got some niggas and got together and signed an affidavit saying I did all these robberies and did all this other shit. And so I told Lily, I don't know what you talking about. I walked off the police told me, we wanted to see how long you was going to be there. So once I got back to the unit, I'm ready to blast this nigga for trying to set me up. So the homies had something going on that week. And shit, they was trying to bring a little something in and shit. So that's how the plan worked. 11 word at that time. If anything, because the shoe was small. If some shit pop off in the car, they lock everybody down. So I'm like, they're like, yo, Dad, you can't do that. You can't blast them. You can't blast them. So the tension is high in the motherfucking unit. So one day, I'm getting frustrated. He got the fucking unit manager and the counselor to walk him off the unit and go to the shoe. So that's when I found out he put a separation on me. And he went to USB Coleman. And they shipped me to USB Pollock. But some of the homie Pizza Face Mike told me if I ever get indicted or if I ever been charged for it, they was going to blast his ass for me in Coleman. But I never got charged or nothing like that. But while he was there, he go take a chain from the homie Chino and to say he going to take some pictures. And And in the process, a couple of days later, Chino come looking for his chain. He tell him, yo, I found out you hot, so I'm kicking your chain. So Chino will go get his motherfucking knife and cut him, his bitch ass in the face. You know, and he then ran and go tell the police that Chino cut him. He didn't go get a knife and try to get back at the nigga like a real street nigga he claimed he is. Supposed to get down. You don't go tell the police a nigga cut you after you try stealing his chain. You're supposed to put that work in.
Doing my own research on YouTube, and it's a pretty much they got the guy. The guy came out and said who he was. This guy, Dexter Isaacs, right? Have you heard about this guy, Dexter Isaacs? What's your interaction with this guy, Dexter?
Actually, I've never known Dexter from the streets. I never even heard of Dexter, and I've been in the streets basically my whole life. But Dexter Isaacs is an individual who is from Brooklyn. It's verified that he is from Brooklyn. When I was in Leavenworth Penitentiary, Dexter Isaacs ended up coming to the institution. And while I was there, some friends of mine told me that there was an individual who would like to speak to me concerning some matters. So when I came, that's when I met Dexter Isaacs. Dexter Isaacs had told me that another individual that I knew as well as he knew told him to come see me and speak to me concerning the matter. So when Dexter Isaacs spoke to me, we had a conversation, and we had a very, very in-depth conversation. And Dexter Isaacs came clean, like he did come clean, and he said that he was responsible for that and a number of other things. But Dexter Isaacs wanted to help me get out of prison at that time. And Dexter came to me and he told me that he can help me get out of prison if I can help him get out of prison. And I asked Dexter, when you say if I can help you, if there's something I could do to help you get out of prison, I would do it, but what are you speaking about? And Dexter told me that he needed my assistance in helping him get out of prison. And what he needed was cold case homicides. So when Dexter told me that, he wanted me to give him homicides to help him give to the government so that he could get out of prison. I automatically told Dexter Isaacs that, yo, I never killed nobody in my life, and I don't know anything about no homicides. And I told him that if you're really trying to help me get out of prison based on the crimes that I was in prison for, I explained to him that I'm not going to do anything to harm anybody else or to put anybody in jeopardy as far as working with the government. You know, I told him I'm a man, and even though I'm incarcerated for a crime that I didn't commit, I used to be a bad guy, and sometimes in life, that's just how things happen. You'll be in jail for something you didn't do, but what about the things that you did do? And he couldn't really accept that, because he was a really weak type guy. He was really desperate to get out. And, you know, he did a lot of crying about things that when you're a man and when you're a street guy, you don't really cry about. You know, us guys in the streets, even though many of us are unintelligent and we make bad choices and we're foolish when we do them, but one of the things we do know is that when you make a choice, you got to live with it. You know, I'm happy that he did come clean and verify the fact that, you know, he robbed Tupac Shakur and was involved in that situation with the shooting, and that he came clean and told why he did it and how he did it.
You explained that because he also had a whole different story on this podcast he was on, where he said that he came to you and pressed you about trying to say that you did something you didn't do, and he made you lock in. Did you hear that one?
I heard it, but it's a lie. Anybody that know me know I'm a stand-up man. Ain't nobody checking me in. Dexter Isaacs said that because I exposed the fact that Dexter came to me and wanted me to help him put other people in prison. And actually, things actually flipped against Dexter. So all Dexter is doing is trying to assassinate my character because that's the only thing he could do. Because there's nothing he could do with me on a man-to-man basis. But what he's doing is using words to assassinate my character and do everything in his power not to be exposed because of what he did. But even after he did that, you know, my thing was, we don't have to talk no more. Because I knew I couldn't trust him. And I knew that he probably was, I don't know if he was wearing a wire or what he was doing. But one of the things that really, really hurt me is that he really didn't know what he did. And I'm glad that eventually he said it was weighing on his conscience. Because I seen when Dexter Isaacs said that, I believe he even apologized to Tupac Shakur's mother concerning what he did.
Let's listen to Dexter Isaacs tell us all how it all happened, why it happened, and who did it.
On Tupac Shakur.
Okay, you could read about more. I'm gonna give you a little bit, right? Because all this, I have a whole chapter 30 in my book, From Friends to Enemies, right?
Yeah.
But I got a call, like I said, from me and Jimmy grew up since we kids, right? And I just came back into town, and he called me, and he said, he didn't call me, another friend of us. I'm just gonna call my friend. I'm gonna leave his name out of it. Just say Nose at the time, right?
Right.
And he called me up and said, "Hey, Jimmy got a problem." At the studio, you know, he wants you to handle it for him. Pac is disrespecting him and talking shit to him because at that time, Tupac was supposed to do a track on Lil Sean's song.
This call is from a federal prison.
Jimmy was managing Lil Sean. He was his artist at the time, and he's supposed to give him $7,000 in cash. And so Pac wanted a check, wanted cash, and Jimmy wanted to give him a check. And, you know, he started talking to him, "Oh, you New York bitch ass, nigga, punk ass motherfucker, fuck you, dude." Talking one set of gangster shit to Jimmy. Jimmy's not a big guy, he's a little guy, but, you know, Pac don't know this, and he underestimated him. By looking at him, seeing him with his glasses on and thinking he's a sucker, just talking shit. So that's when Jimmy called up and sent the word, "Yo, come get this nigga and just fuck him up, teach him a lesson." You know? And that's what took place. And he told me how much jewelry we gonna have on and so forth, because, you know, we got another partner named Haitian Jack. Haitian Jack had took Tupac to 47th Street, the Diamond District in Manhattan, to go buy all his jewelry, so we knew what his jewelry was worth and what he was, you know, rocking and shit like that there. So once he told me the numbers, and me fresh out of prison, trying to come up, it was a no-brainer. You know, he told me he got over $100,000 worth of jewelry on. And, you know, the young nigga in the streets, coming home from prison, $100,000 in jewelry, that's a nice lick, you know? And it wasn't personal, it was just business. I'm trying to come up, I'm trying to eat, you know? It could be anybody. If a motherfucker got $100,000 worth of jewelry, we're coming to get that.
Now, like I said, we're not going to talk about a lot because it's in your book, and we want people to go read your book. We want them to go buy that book. We want them to buy both books. And once again, tell me the name of them books to people. Tell us.
From Friends to Enemies, and Enemies Amongst Us by Dexter Isaacs on Amazon.
Okay. Now, I want to ask this one question, though, Dex, because I want to ask about the jury. Okay.
Okay.
It was a couple discrepancies. Someone said that, okay, you just got the chains and you didn't get the ring. Then I heard that there was a ring that you gave to Jimmy because Jimmy wanted the diamond out of that ring for a girlfriend at the time.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So you did get the ring. So somebody, okay.
I did get two. I got two rings. I got the big one that was supposed to worth like $30,000, big diamond. I gave him that. He wanted to get that to his baby mama Cynthia. And the smaller one, which was like $20,000, I kept for myself. I took it down to jewelry. At that time, we had a mall called Albee Square Mall in Brooklyn. I took it down there. I had to make it bigger so it could fit my finger, my pinky. So I put that on my finger myself. I kept that for myself. There was a few bracelets also. The chain popped, snatched it off his thing, and the cross fell on the floor, so we never got that. We never got the Rolex. That sticker was under his jacket. And They got about 4 bracelets. You know, one like a handcuff, the whole handcuff with the balls and diamonds in it. One had like a bicycle chain and with some little things on it. You know, we call them charms on it.
Right.
And another little bullshit bracelet. I also took another bracelet off of one of his boys that was there named Stretch. He died. They ended up killing him because he got blamed for setting up the whole robbery, giving us information where, you know, how long it was going to take to get there and all that shit. So he ended up took his bracelet too.
Okay.
And the little bar on that bracelet. And the chain, like I said, had diamonds in between the links. And, you know, I ended up, all that's in the book.
Okay.
What I did with it and all that shit.
Okay, we'll say that.
See, there's a lot of things that Dexter Isaccs said, but I never hear Dexter Isaccs say, what was his reason for telling? Why did you tell? You told and you still got life. What sense do that make, bro? Help me understand, help the people understand. You told and still got life. Now, on the flip side of that, it's a small world. And I say it's a small world because I knew Nicholas. I counseled your son, Nicholas. I helped him get through a lot of things, bro. A lot of things that he went through is because of the shit that you did. He was ridiculed out here. He was bullied out here. He went through a whole lot of stuff because of the things that you did in the street, bro. I don't hear you mention none of that. How you left your son out here, bro. For what? And I can speak on that because I knew him personally, bro. I had him in my office shedding tears and crying and talking about how he wished that you was there for him, bro. But you was in the penitentiary facing life. And I asked him, I said, yo, where your pops from? He told me you was from Flatbush, you was from Vanderveer and all that. My old neighborhood, my old stomping grounds. You may be older than me, but I'm from the streets, I'm from the hood. Everybody know me from out there, homie. But to see how Nicholas got killed like that, man, you were supposed to be home so you could be an individual to help guide your son, bro. So instead of you wasting time and going back and forth and talking about tut this, tut that, you should be trying to help the youth out here in some way or fashion, bro. And if you ain't gonna do it for you, do it on the strength of Nicholas, man. And again, JAH-ACE TV, don't chat. I deal with facts, bro. A lot of time he used to be with me, and I was one of the people that he listened to out here, bro. But I just couldn't be there for him 24/7. He would be with me, then he'll go and chill and hang out in Clinton Hills. So you know I know what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, man, but again, that's directly to Dexter Isaccs, man. Let's get back into this. So now that y'all done heard this directly out of Tut mouth, y'all can stop hating on the brother, man. Stop hating on that man. Let the man go ahead and do what he gotta do. Enjoy his life with his wife and his family. He did 27 years. He was the first dude in New York to ever get natural life off the laws that they came out with, the 3-time felony loser. He did his 27. Let him do his thing now. You know, and Tuck gotta realize that society done changed. He came home to a whole new society. Dudes out here is different. No matter how long you knew dudes, you gotta check people's temperature. Because everybody's not who they say they are. And I know that you got your wife with you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm praying that she continues to guide you in the right direction, bro. Because you got a lot of people, like you said, you did a lot of things out in the street. So there's a lot of people that they ain't forget. They still mad. People still hold on grudges, man. So as you walk, you walking through and you trotting and all that, just be careful. Because there's other dudes like Dexter, Isaccs that want to see you fail, bro. There's other people that don't believe you change.
The streets of East Flatbush is where my story unfolds, where we were taught to follow codes as early as 10 years old, the age where I first touched a gun and let it unload, and the power of that lead shower took control of my soul. My goals were jewelry, cars, and clothes, and whether it was love for my bros or war with my foes, I always stood 10 toes. I rose through the ranks of Vanderveer and East 31st. There's legends from my turf, but my reputation was worse. Speaking dirt on my name was blasphemous. I gave no passes and whipped a lot of asses from Walt Whitman to Erasmus. I came from a good family, but that couldn't stop the streets of law. Cause once I got a taste of money and power, all I wanted was more. From Spofford to C-74, I was in and out of jail. Didn't learn from the slaps on the wrist, the probation and the bail. When it came to being gangster, I felt the best be me. My brother Psycho, Sheen, and Face, we were STP. But that life cost me the death of my peers. It cost my family tears and ended up costing me 17 years. But in prison, I traded the posse for Haile Selassie and underwent a transformation of my mind, soul, and body. I became a shooter for the Lion of Judah. The old Ace was R.I.P. and replaced with the Rastafari me. Gave me a better view on life and helped mold me and grow me. And now I'm out here trying to show the youth a better way than my OGs showed me. Trying to make a difference and drop jewels in every convo. Side by side with my brethren's 3D, Super and Nalo. Jimbo just came home from doing 25. Glad he was able to survive, not only physically, but mentally alive. Almighty JAH continue to bless my brothers and I with thy grace freely. And everybody tune in to JAH-ACE TV.
Brooklyn, freaking out great. JAH-ACE. We need a little the boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Chat with drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Chat with drive through face like a me back. We ever depend the paper chase, but no in a haste. Warriors with no fi pace. I know everywhere me I go show me face. But please, don't make me have to show me brave. Money me a praise, so me a behave. So no make me have to beat it like one of the slave. Right now me feeling high, man. Thou shall not fuck with I, man. Boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Chat with drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Chat with drive through face like a me back. Me a the realist when them hear about. Brain fly like airport. Bird a bring storm, get a raincoat. Bullets a fly like birds when they stay cold. Bird a breeze cock, no deep throat. I just me, I feel reload. Clip long like the road, shoot you a speed being land out a seafoot.